One then we'll repeat merging until the entire array is sorted, right? So now we are done with the algorithm explanation, but let's do the same thing, or let's implement or articulate the same thing in the form of code. Let's do that. Yep. So within the main method, the first step here, so we will be going with the input array that is to be sorted. First, I'll just go with array here. So let me consider some of the elements. I'll just go with, let me go with 5, 2, 4, 1, as well as 3. Yep, so this is fine. Next one, so I'll be going with a merge sort. So to make use of the merge sort method, first we have to write the merge sort method, right? So let's write that one. I'll just go with static void. So let me go with merge sort here. So I need 3 parameters. One is definitely we need array, and also we need left as well as the right, as we are splitting into 2 halves, right? So I'll just go with the left as well as the right, nothing but L and R respectively. Now within the merge sort method, the first thing that we are going to do is nothing but so we'll be going with a base case where single element is already sorted. So I'll just go with if L is greater than or equal to R, in that case, I'll just give a return, right? So if it is already greater than or equal to R, in that case, it is sorted and will exit from there, right? So base case is nothing but single element is already sorted. Yep. So next we have to calculate the mid index safely. For that, I'll just go with int mid, nothing but I'll just consider the variable m left plus right minus left by. So this is just to calculate the mid index safely. Next, let's recurse. Let's go with merge sort here. So we will be recursively sorting left half as well as the right half accordingly with the algorithm. See, divide the array into halves until each subarray has one element. That's what we need to do. Now what we'll be doing, we will be recursively sorting the left half as well as will be recursively sorting the right half, right? So I'll just give the same thing here, merge sort twice. 1 second. Just 1 second. Yeah, I'll just go with merge sort of. For the left half, I'll just go with array. What are the parameters that we have considered? Array, left as well as the mid. Yep. For the this one, recursively sorting the right half, I'll just go with the array. Let me go with mid plus 1, and let me go with the right. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. Let me give semicolon or else we'll be getting the error. Let me format the code so that this looks good. Yep. Now let's do one thing. We are left with only one thing. After recursively sorting left and right half, we have to merge both sorted halves, right? So for merging both sorted halves, we'll be writing one more helper method named merge. So I'll just go with static here, void merge. So let me go with uh, the same 3 parameters. Here in this case, we need 4 parameters as we need to merge. Along with the array left and right, we need mid as well. Yep. So I'll just go with int L int M as well as int R. Right, so this is fine, man. So within the merge method, the first thing, so let's go with the size of the left subarray as well as let's go with the size of the right subarray. We are going with the size of left as well as the right subarray. For the left, I'll just go with n1 equals m minus left plus 1. And for the right, I'll just go with n2 equals r minus m. So this is fine. Next, let's go with the temporary array for the left as well as the right part. For the left part, I'll just go with left equals new int of, I'll just pass n1 here, right? So this is fine, I believe. For the right, we'll be going with the temporary array for the right part. So let me go with right here. So this one will be new int of, let me pass n2, this one. Yep, it's as simple as that. Now let's do one thing. Let's move on with the further things. We have to copy the elements into the left array as well as right array. So we have to copy the elements into left as well as the right array. First, let's copy the elements to the left array. So I'll just go with a for loop here. Int I equals 0, I less than n1, and let me increment the I. So I'll just go with left of I. Let me assign this one to array of this one, left plus I. Yep. So let me do the same thing for the right one as well, right? So we have to copy the elements into the right array as well. Let me copy paste the same thing here. Instead of n1, let's go with the n2, right? So so this one we have already considered, right? The variable name. So this will throw the error quite obviously. So I'll just consider the variable name j instead of the I. I would have typed rather. Anyways, so instead of the left, I'll just go with a right. Right of not I, right of j equals array of, instead of the left as I, we will be going with a mid plus 1 plus j. Yep. So this is what we'll be going with. So we have successfully copied the elements into the left as well as right subarrays. Right. So next, let's move on with the further things. Right. So first thing here, we will be going with a pointer for left, right as well as the main array. Right. So I'll just go with int I equals 0, int j equals 0, then int k equals, let me go with L, right? So this is fine. Yep. So we have went with the 3 pointers for left, right, as well as the main array. Next, we have to compare both arrays, pick the smaller element, and we have to place in main array. That's what we have to do. So let me go with a while loop. So here, if suppose if I is less than this one, n1, and same thing, j less than n2, then what we have to do, we are comparing the both arrays. So then if they are, as we have written in the while loop, then we have to pick the smaller element and place in the main array. So to pick the smaller element, I'll just write one more if condition here. If left of I less than or equal to right of j, then what we are going to do here, so we have to place in the main array. For that, I'll just consider array of k plus plus. So let me assign this one to the left of I plus plus. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. Next, what we are going to do, else, suppose if left of I is greater than or equal to right of j, then I'll just go with array of k plus plus here. So let me assign this one to right of j plus plus. Yep. So this is fine. Yeah. So next, what I'll do, so let me go with one more while loop here. So we have to copy remaining left elements, and we have to copy remaining left and right elements both. To copy the left element, so I'll just go with one more while loop here. I less than n1. So I'll just go with array of, sorry, k plus plus. Let me assign this one to left. Sorry, what did I do? One second. Yeah, I'll just go with left of I plus plus. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. So we have copied the remaining left elements, right? So I'll just move on with the further things. Now let's go with a while loop. While j less than n2, then what we'll be doing, I'll just go with the array of k plus plus. Yeah, array of k plus plus. Let me assign this one to the right of j plus plus. Yeah. right of J++. So let me format the code and so that this looks good. Yep. So we have successfully copied the remaining left as well as the right elements. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. Next, what shall we do? Mm, now we are done with the merge method. Yep, we are done with the merge method. Now let's make use of the merge method within the merge sort method. So previously in the merge sort method, we had recursively sorted left half as well as the right half. We had stopped here. Now after sorting this one, what do we call? After recursively sorting left as well as the right half, we have to merge both sorted halves. For that, let me do one thing. I'll just go with a merge here. So this one merge of, let me call array left, mid as well as right. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. So this is it for the merge sort method. Now we have to make use of the merge sort method within the main method. Yep. So because we have to call the merge sort on the full array, right? So now we have written the merge sort method as well. So I'll just come to the main method here. Let me call the merge sort method, the second one. Yep. So what are the parameters that we'll be going with? One is array. I'll just pass 0 here. So and 0 to length, array dot length minus 1, nothing but the last element. So I'll just go with array dot length minus 1. So this is fine, I believe. We have called the merge sort on the entire array or the full array. Now let's move on with the next thing, nothing but. So we have to loop to print the sorted array. This is just for the interactiveness, right? So I'll just go with for int x of array. Then in that case, I'll just go with, we are going with a print writer. So you can clearly see here, we are going with a print writer. So instead of system out println, I'll just go with a out.println. So let me go with x plus, let me leave the space. So we don't have to print in the next line. So we will just print on the same line. So I'll just go with out.print here and let's leave the space between the elements. So I'll just go with a space. Yep. So this is fine. Now we have to move to the next line as well as we have to flush the output buffer. To move to the next line, I'll just go with out.println. Right. So for that, I'll just go with out.println. And as we are making use of the print writer, we have to flush the output buffer. Right. So I'll just go with out.flush here. Right. So this is it for the coding part. Let me format the code. This is it for the coding part. One more thing, we'll not be making use of the buffer data. So let me remove this one. This is of no use. Yep. So this is it for the coding part. I do not see any typo or this one errors here to debug. Anyways, now let's do one thing before running the code. Let's dry run the code so that we get to know whatever the code that we have written is correct or not. And also we get to know the output for the example that we have considered within the code. Yep. And later we can come back here and run the code that we have written. First, let's dry run the code. Yep. Let's do that. So let's move on with the dry run part. So we'll be considering the same example that we have considered within the uh, coding part. Yep. So or within the code actually. First, let's go with the divide part. So first we will be dividing the array into two halves, right? So here in this case, we will be going with 5, 2, 4. That is one array accordingly with the code that we have written. And another half is nothing but it consists of two elements, 1 and 3 respectively. Next, we will be going with a second step, nothing but further divide, right? So we have 3 elements on the left and we have 2 elements on the right. So what we'll do, I'll just go with accordingly with the code that we have written. So we will be going with 5, 2, and 4 within the one array, and the last array would lead to this one. What do we call? We have 1 and 3, right? So further we will divide the 5 to 4 because this is having 3 elements. Let's ignore this one for now. Yep. So this one will be 2 and 4 respectively, right? 2 and 4 respectively. Now we have 1 and 3. Next, we have, let's continue with this one now. Now we have 1 and 3, right? 1 and 3. We have divided this one into 5 as well as 2 and 4. Now we will be dividing this one into 2 and 4, right? So these two elements differently. 5, 2, 4 as well as 1 and 3 respectively. You can see three things: 5, 2, 4, 1 and 3. Now what we will do, we have to this one, we have to merge the sorted parts, right? We have to merge the sorted parts. For that, for the 2 and 4 part, so we will be going with, see here, For the 2 and 4 part, we will be going with 2 comma 4. Yep, so this is fine. We'll be going with the 2 comma 4. For this one, we have 5 within, we have 5 as well, the individual element that is present in the array. So we will be going with 5 plus 2 comma 4 here, right? 5 plus 2 comma 4. So when sorted, it becomes, we are merging the sorted parts, right? So this becomes 2, 4, 5. Yep. So next, we are left with 1 and 3. Yep. So 1 and 3 in the different arrays. So we will be going with 1 plus 3. That would lead to 1 comma 3. Yep. That would lead to 1 comma 3 respectively. Now we will be going with a final merge. In our case, nothing but, so we have this one, this array and this array, right? So we have 2, 4, 5 along with 1 comma 3. Yep. 1 comma 3. Now, when we merge this one, this becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finally. Yep. So we have got the sorted array at the final merge step, this step. Yep. So this is the output that we need to get actually. So this is the output part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or this is the output that we need to get. I hope this part is completely clear, man. Yep. I hope this part is completely clear. So we are done with the coding part. Yep. So we are done with the coding part. Now, yep, we are done. Sorry, we are done with the dry run part by considering the same example that we had considered within the code. Now we have discussed the algorithm. Yep. So we have written the code. We are done with the dry run part as well. We are left with only two things. One is running the code that we have written, and if everything goes well, if we get the desired output, we have to discuss the complexities for the code that we have written. First, let's run the code that we have written. Let's do that. So I have come to the coding part here. So let me run the code that we have written, that I have written. See here, you can clearly see the output that we are getting here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is absolutely the correct output, right? So now we have got the correct output. We have got the correct output. The output is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So this is the desired output accordingly with the dry run. We had dry run the code and we got the same output, right? So we are getting the desired output when we run the code. So we are left with only one thing now, nothing but discussing the complexities for the code that we have written. Let's do that quickly. Yeah. So what would be the time complexity here? The time complexity would lead to, so in the, while discussing the definition part itself, we have discussed this one. Yep. Regardless of the input, the time complexity would lead to big of n log n, right? So the time complexity would lead to big of n log n. Yep. So what would be the space complexity here? Space complexity would lead to big of n. So time complexity would lead to big of n log n because array is divided logarithmic n times and merged in big of n, right? So overall it would be big of n log n. So what would be the space complexity here? Space complexity would lead to big of n. You would have already guessed because we are going with the extra arrays that is used during the merging, right? So overall space complexity would lead to big of n. The time complexity and the space complexity for the code that we have written would lead to big of n log n and big of n respectively, right? So now we are done with the merge sort algorithm. Next, we will be discussing on the topic quick sort. For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.